Greetings, this is Jean-Claude Matuku, and I hope you're doing great. Welcome to the Canadian Me. We build communities one story at a time. Listen, it's been a while, and I hope everything is going all right. Yes, I just wanted to make this podcast today because I thought, listen, why not? The world is going through it right now with so many tensions internationally. But the thing is that living in Canada, a country that's as diverse as it is, definitely, I'm sure there are people out there whose families have been impacted or are being impacted as we speak right now. So I thought I should make this podcast just in case it lands on somebody who is um, in distress, somebody who feels in I don't know, hopeless, someone who feels uh, confused, because indeed these moments tend to be confusing. They tend to be quite lonely. And I just want to say, you're not alone. And I understand that international conflict, things happening in Iran, things happening in the eastern part of the DRC, things happening in Lebanon, all of these things tend to have a major psychological impact on people. And I just want to say, as Canadians, it is critical that moments such as these, that we unite strong, because many people within our communities, our neighbors, our friends, our colleagues, our classmates, you don't know what they're dealing with. The worries and fear for their family members who are currently in places destabilized by war, extended families, spread across the world, and those people currently in those countries impacted. You can imagine how stressful these moments can be. So, as the Canadian in me, podcast host, I just thought I should take this time to think about those people, to send my message out there, a message of peace, to say, hey, if you have loved one out there, indeed, it really almost like hurt me to say, we are together, like we are putting you guys in our thoughts, because yes, indeed, our thoughts can't do much, but at times that's all I can offer right now to all my listeners, especially those who are impacted by whatever it is happening across the world. The other thing as well is, as I said, beyond us being nice to one another in our communities, beyond us being mindful and cognizant of whatever things may be, um, happening or affecting our neighbors, our friends, in terms of the linkages with the international situation. I would like also to urge you to also be vigilant and to not be um, uh, disoriented by what you read on the media. Yes, it's great to stay informed, but be mindful. Ensure that you're reading from as many sources as possible in order to get information that's a little bit more balanced, because as you know, the media can be polarized. It can be quite divisive. And so, as you inform yourself, I would really encourage you to diversify your sources of information, to ensure that you are verifying information before sharing, as well, to advocate for peace. For me, if there is anything that I will want to advocate, is peace. Politics can be quite confusing, and unfortunately, so many people fall victim to things and ideologies that we may not have control over. So, beyond me picking a side and saying, oh, this political ideology is better than the other, I the ideology I subscribe to is called peace. And I do believe that we have demonstrated that human beings can live with one another in peace. We can share our, of course, scarce resources with peace. We can trade um, while being peaceful. So whenever I see people fighting, it's just so painful, because as human beings, we definitely have the ability to put our differences together. In fact, even celebrate our differences, while also, negotiating, having dialogues, and not putting people's lives at risk. So, whatever it is that you are subscribed to in terms of political ideologies. I really hope that the main one or the baseline should be peace, and it is through peace that we can trade. It is through peace that we can have meaningful negotiations. And I think, to all my listeners out there, if you have access to your politicians, if you are part of think tanks, whatever, academic groups, let's push the idea of peaceful coexistence, amongst one another. And I think as Canadians, for me, when you ask me, or if you ask me what it means to be Canadians, the element of peace, it holds a very strong um, rank in my in my definition or descriptions of what it means to be Canadian. So let's keep that in mind during these moments of uncertainty. People, I do understand that they feel certain ways. People could feel angry. People feel deceived, confused. But if I could ask something from you, if you can, please just remember to spread the message of peace, the message of hope. But also, if you can, please use your voice to advocate for the concept that I just said again, peace. Peace, peace, and only peace. For me, that's all I am asking for, because I also do believe that with peace we are able to do so much more when it comes to economics, collaborations, even defense. I think peace allows us. It gives us a stable ground, a predictable ground to make the deals and negotiations and allyships that we need to move forward. And in a day and era where we have so much against us, and I mean things like climate change and poverty and I don't know, economic, I'll say, catastrophes and unpredictable futures when it comes to AI and stuff. I think there's never been a better time for human beings to unite. There's never been a better time for human beings to seize opportunities, because yes, I talked about AI. While AI does pose certain risks, it also presents so much, in terms of opportunities. And I think if as nations we can rally, as communities we can gather around and critically or creatively think about ways we can leverage it. One, to supplement or to better uh, produce food, or to address climate change issues, or to even address hunger. There is so much that we can do in collaboration, but I feel like war and um, international instability, all of these things are distracting us from the potential we have as human beings. Now, as someone who is student of international relations, I do understand that conflicts, they do exist. I do understand that tensions do exist because of scarce resources, and that oftentimes these wars are driven by economic interests of people. And yet, I also do believe that in the midst of all these things, conflict and scarce resources, that war actually just pushes us farther back, because cities are going to get demolished, as you've already seen. There is evidence of that. Human lives will be lost. People's health will be impacted, which, just I think it worsens the situation. But in a space where there is a peace, um, it is easier to negotiate. It is easier to navigate these challenges, to find solutions that can actually bring impactful and real opportunities for our people in the world. So yeah, I just thought, I should make this podcast to say, we're together. That yes, while people on the ground may be feeling the actual impact, and it's really, really sad what many children are going through, parents living through war and stuff. I don't even want to imagine how that feels. But people here at home, if you have families across the world, I just want to say we're together, and let's keep advocating for peace. This is an opportunity for us to to unite around um, the the idea of coexistence, to unite around the idea of peace. Because I think for me, however much I've used the word peace quite a lot, but I feel like that's the only solution for us to move forward as a people. Peace brings stability. It brings it encourages investment, and I think it's a great ground to be at if we want to move forward and indeed leverage and you know uh, benefit from the planet that we all share. Remember, we're human beings. Yes, we all experience pain. Yes, we may experience it differently, and we have so much that you then that can unite us. And as we experience whatever it is that we're experiencing, let's think about the things that we share in common, which is the single concept of humanity. And hopefully, through peace and you know negotiations and concessions, whatever, we'll be able to see eye to eye and move forward. So my heart goes to all the people impacted by war right now, those in Iran, those in Lebanon, the entire Middle East, as well as, those people in Congo. Anyone who just feels like their life has been disrupted or has been impacted by war, I send you so much love. Yeah, but I thought, as a Canadian living in a country that's so so diverse, and that has representation from almost all parts of the world, I just thought I should share this podcast and say, hey, peace, peace, and only peace. That was Jean Claude Mituku, and this is the Canadian Me, where we build communities one story at a time. Cheers.